Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, the race ahead of Azimio la Umoja and the Kenya Kwanza is on who is going to control the National Assembly and the Senate. Controlling National Assembly and the Senate, one will need to have enough numbers. Numbers in terms of elected members of parliament, those that you got for nominations, and the elected senators, and even the nomination slots. If you have those ones in your favor, then you will be lucky to control the National Assembly or the Senate. Controlling this, it will enable you also, once you have these numbers, to have a chance to elect the Senate Speaker and the National Assembly Speaker. So as we are speaking now, we know after election there is a period of 30 days, of which after that, then the president will need to inaugurate the National Assembly and the Senate so that they can continue with their job. So in this 13th parliament, President Uhuru Kenyatta is going to oversee it. Maybe it will happen on 8th September or 9th or 10th happen. That's the time they're going to inaugurate these houses. So the rest to elect the Speaker of National Assembly and the Senate is matter of discussion as of now. Initially, Railaodinga had promised to reward the former Speaker, who had 2007, Marende, as the Speaker of the Senate. But things have changed as of now. The Azimio side is settling on Marende as a possible Speaker for the National Assembly. Now, on the Kenya Kwanza side, we understand that Wetangula and Mudavadi were in agreement, coalition agreement with William Ruto, that Mudavadi will be made the Prime Minister and Wetangula will be made the Speaker of the National Assembly. So that was the agreement. Now, it is time for Kenya Kwanza side to reward Wetangula. So that means Wetangula is going to face off with the Marende for the Speaker of the National Assembly. So in simple terms, the National Assembly Speaker race has been reduced to a Western region affairs because Kenneth Marende is coming from Vihiga County, that is Western. Senator Wetangula is coming from Western region in Bungoma County, which is still Western region. So, the Azimio Secretary General, Junet Mohammed, has confirmed to the Sunday Nation that the coalition was planning to write to all its members of parliament on the decision to back Marende, because the House will be convinced next week for its first sitting. And this is exactly what Junet Mohammed said, if I quote him. We are going to formally communicate this to all our members by Monday. All the coalition partners, including Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka, are in agreement. Pia aliongeza kusema ya kwamba the Azimio Secretary in the agreement lineup, Wiper will produce a candidate to run for National Assembly Deputy Speaker, while the Senate Speaker candidate will come from the Coast or the Pastoralist community. So wamebadilisha ile ilikuwa pea Marende ya Senate, itaenda either Coast region, and the Coast region is also strategic because William Ruto is focusing on maybe rewarding Kingi with the Senate Speaker position. That's why they are going into that direction. So therefore, on this Punchline today, we want to try and understand why Azimio decided to settle on Marende as the Speaker of the National Assembly. Kwa nini wamebadilisha wakasema Marende? And secondly, who might emerge the winner as the Speaker of the National Assembly between Senator Tangula and Marende? But before we go deep into that analysis, just a quick request You might be watching this channel but not subscribed, so my humble request, please consider subscribing so that another time, once you release a video like this one, you will always get notified. Again, to all our channel subscribers and anyone who drop comment, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. Again, I'm requesting you to give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend our videos to more viewers. Why change to Marende, and who is a possible winner in this race? Now, one thing that is clear in the just concluded election is that one will appreciate that the difference in numbers of members of parliament and the senators between Azimio and the Kenya Kwanza is very slim. That means the country is divided deeply into two. The number of votes, if you check what William Ruto got and railaodinga, according to Jebukati figures, it also shows that they equally almost got the same thing. But again, according to Azimio and the strong case they have in court, it shows that no one got 50 plus 1. That means this country is almost divided into two. So the first thing Azimio are looking into by fronting Marende is to exploit Marende's past record of a unifying figure in the face of major political division. And this can be explained if you look into what happened in 2007, where the government side, ile ya Mwai Kibaki, it held the presidency, but Raila Odinga was commanding the majoritarian numbers in terms of elected members of parliament, where they were able to even elect the Speaker of the National Assembly. And ametoka opposition. The government ended up forming a coalition government during that time. If you go and check on the record of Marende, he actually managed to unify the country during that time. He had Solomonic wisdom as the speaker who managed to lead a National Assembly in a very unifying manner. That's why they are going for Marende. Number 2, Marende Factor is to appeal to the members of parliament who are coming from Western region, who are being voted in either by Azimio, Independent, or Kenya Kwanza. You appeal to all members of parliament coming from Western, and that comes to the reason why Raila decided to bring Marende in the issue of Western, in the issue of National Assembly, because the member Wetangula is also being fronted and is coming from Western. Assume that Wetangula has been fronted by Kenya Kwanza, and then Azimio front someone else, maybe from Mount Kenya, Nyanza, Coast. In the real scenario, what might happen could be that the members of parliament coming from Western, especially those who have been voted from by maybe independent, who have been voted on an independent ticket, or even some from Azimio, would easily decide to vote for one of their own, who might be Wetangula. You see that? And for that reason, it might emerge that even the Azimio side members of parliament from Western will easily vote for Wetangula, and therefore Azimio side losing. That's why railaodinga settled on Marende, so that this issue will remain to be a Western region affairs, such that the members of parliament from Western region elected on Azimio will not go for the Kenya Kwanza candidate who is Wetangula, because they also have another lawyer on the same ticket. So that thing have been sorted out. Now, coming to Senator Wetangula issue, the first thing we have to understand is that Senator Wetangula is now working on a delicate balance that you need to make here, because the first thing you need to do is to resign as the senator of Bungoma County before formally applying for the position of the Speaker of the National Assembly. And that looked like a political gamble. I'm saying this because if you check, legally, Azimio has slim majority of 167 members of parliament versus Kenya Kwanza, which has 158 members of parliament. Legally, that's what I'm saying. So because of this, that looked like a delicate balance Wetangula has to make. But then again, politically, Kenya Kwanza has more numbers after Ruto wooed some of the Azimio members of parliament. Legally, Azimio has more numbers, but politically, Kenya Kwanza has more numbers because of what William Ruto has managed to do. So again, if you check on the issue of the nomination slot, you are going to realize that there is not much change that is going to happen there, because already UDA side has 6 slots of nomination, ODM has 4, Jubilee has 1, and the Wiper has 1. So that make an equal of 6. So nothing much is going to change into this issue, because the game is going to end up as Azimio having 173 members of parliament legally, and the Kenya Kwanza having 164 members of parliament legally. But what we will appreciate is that William Samoei Ruto has at least managed to have about 12 elected members of parliament who have crossed to Kenya Kwanza side. We are talking about members of parliament elected on per party here Kingi. Remember, legally wako kwa Azimio, but politically Kenya Kwanza. We are talking about members of parliament elected on Maendeleo chap party here Alfred Mutua. Legally Azimio, politically Kenya Kwanza. We are talking about UDM here Ali Roba. In fact, this is a party that has even one slot of a nomination. Wako na slot moja ama nini, something like that kwa Senate. And actually Roba party, UDM party has good numbers of elected members of parliament. They're about, is it 7 or 8, something like 8 there. Legally, these members of parliament should be in Azimio, but now you see politically they have jumped to Kenya Kwanza, and this is the only party which just changed after election, realizing that Chebukati has announced William Samoei Ruto. Now going with this so far, you give Kenya Kwanza 154 plus 12 who have politically jumped to Kenya Kwanza. They will manage to have about 176. These numbers are being reduced from Azimio side. So Azimio will be left maybe from 173 to something there like 160. But again, you add the number of independent candidates, because Ruto will not leave anything to chance. If it will need him to go to an extent of buying these people, then Ruto will do that. So you take these numbers, people who are elected on political parties but they have jumped, then add the independent candidates there who have won this election. You give it to Ruto. That alone gives Senator Wetangula an upper hand. That's why you see Ruto has been meeting people here. The issue is to consolidate so that they can have even the slim majority in the National Assembly politically, so that they can have a speaker elected by him at National Assembly and the Senate. So in my view, Marende has a chance, but Senator Wetangula has an upper hand in this race. Possibilities are that politically, Senator Wetangula might win this race, but Marende might not get a chance. I don't know what to think about this, but using the figures I've explained to you, I see Wetangula getting his slot and being your next Speaker of the National Assembly.